The following is a feature presentation of our nation's sports show. At last, LeBron James has made his decision on the next team he will play for in the upcoming 2026 NBA regular season. The next destination that LeBron will play in is Philadelphia, with the 76ers joining regular season MVP Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and NBA Finals MVP from 2024 with the Boston Celtics and recently acquired Jaylen Brown. Can LeBron lead Philadelphia to a long-awaited championship? Only time will tell. Also tonight, we bring to you our top 5 Hall of Fame snubs in the world of sports. Next week, we begin our conference previews for the 2026 NFL regular season. As always, we begin with the AFC North and the AFC South. It's showtime.
Put up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
It's 7 o'clock on the East Coast. You know what that means. We are here. We are live for another edition of our Nation Sports Show right here on YouTube.com. I'm your host for this evening, Stephen Wyand, and joining me here in the next few minutes will be Ezra. He had to restart his phone a few seconds ago before we went live, and he will be joining us here in a few minutes. But before we get to all of the festivities of tonight's show, we had to plug the social media platforms. Up first on Twitter or X at Owen_Sports Show. You can also follow our Facebook page at facebook.com/nationsportsshow. And we're right now on Tuesday night. It is 7 o'clock. We want to rock. Yes. YouTube.com/nationsportsshow. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all your family and your friends that love the world of sports. And today, we finally have the announcement from LeBron James on where he will be playing in the upcoming season. And tonight, we are going to be bringing you our top 5 Hall of Fame snubs list across all sports. Doesn't matter if it's football, it's basketball, it's baseball, boxing, you name it. Even MMA. Everything is on the table, folks. So we are here to talk to you about the world of sports. And yes, next week, we begin our NFL conference previews for the upcoming 2026 regular season. And we are so excited to begin our wall-to-wall coverage of the National Football League. We love this time of the year because this is where football comes back, and a lot is going to get interesting as we progress through the month of August, breaking down every single division in both conferences. As we always start out with the AFC North, AFC South. Then the next week it's the AFC East, AFC West. Then we switch to the NFC North, NFC South, and then wrapping it up the last week of August, it is, of course, the NFC East and West divisions. So looking forward to doing that. And also, as a little teaser, when we begin our shows in September, we will make the announcement on our prediction battles and what's going on with that. So again, a little bit of a teaser, if you will. So yes, LeBron James has finally revealed his decision, his choice on what team he is going to be playing for. And it's about time because all the time we were speculating on where LeBron was going to go. And ladies and gentlemen, he is back just in time for the show to get going. Ezra Vicker, what's up, brother?
The host is returning to the host chair. So, Steven, get the fuck out.
Ah,
No, okay. What's up, everybody?
the party's over, so get the fuck out.
You wanted the best? Well, they here. But, hello, everybody. It's good to be back. Last week missed the show due to some technical issues with my computer. Luckily, I have a brand new one coming in here very, very soon. Possibly even tomorrow. But I'm here tonight. We got a lot to get into. There's going to be a lot to discuss. I know with the NFL season officially beginning as training camp opens up for some players, including my beloved Chicago Bears, tomorrow, which I'm very excited for. We got a lot to get into about everything from the NFL to some NBA developing news. So what were you getting into, Steven, before I jumped on?
So I was talking about the news of LeBron and getting to where he'll be playing with, and as we already know, with the news breaking a couple of days ago, the news came down that he will be in Philadelphia with the 76ers. And there was a lot of speculation on our part and a lot of analysts around the world talking about where could LeBron end up. And LeBron has been dangling that carrot in front of everybody to see and hear about where potentially he could be going. And a lot of teams were on the table. You had Miami, you had Golden State, you had Cavaliers. And there were people saying that he could have gone back to Cleveland. Maybe he could have gone to Golden State or Miami, team up with Giannis down there in Miami and South Beach again, teaming up with the Heat again. But that didn't happen. So he chose to go to Philadelphia. And to me, this is a very interesting move on LeBron because ultimately LeBron, in his mind, made the necessary basketball move to go team with a group of players that were basically in their prime. Now, Joel Embiid's been in this league for a long time, but Brown is still pretty much in his prime, and obviously Tyrese Maxey is in his prime. And now Tyrese Maxey does not have to take on the huge responsibilities of leading a team because now LeBron is now going to take a lot of that pressure off his shoulders in Embiid's in foul trouble and stuff. So when the news came down that LeBron was signing with the Philadelphia 76ers, what were your initial thoughts?
One word came to mind. Yawn. Good Lord, man. Look, congrats to LeBron. He's going to go somewhere, team with new players, try to win a championship. But you would figure that either he would stay in LA or at least he would go to Golden State, where we all kind of had our thoughts on his best bet would be probably to play with the Golden State Warriors and play alongside Steph Curry and company.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to LeBron's decision, I'm in this. When it comes to LeBron, I'm in an I don't care phase. I don't give a fuck what he does as long as he don't mess with us too much. Obviously, my Bulls, but look, LeBron is LeBron. He took a very large pay cut to come down and he took the veterans minimum, which was of course $8 million a year, and he's doing that to supposedly win a championship. I know Kevin had some pretty.
Oh, I know Kevin had some choice words.
He has some choice words about that, and he was not thrilled about LeBron doing that because of the fact that he feels like LeBron is just chasing another ring again when he said he didn't really care about chasing rings. He just wanted to play with his son and possibly play with Steph and end his career that way. But now he's back to going after another ring, trying to win a ring for Philly, but more than likely winning a ring again for himself. Because I guarantee you, part of it is a personal mission on LeBron's part to make himself the best basketball player of all time. So nobody can deny him and say, "Oh, you are better than Michael Jordan," which we all know is a half load of horse shit. So, but
even if LeBron does lead Philadelphia to his 5th title, he's still going to be one behind Michael. But the one thing that he will never touch Michael on is that Jordan won all 6 of his championships with the city of Chicago.
He won them all with the same team. He didn't keep jumping from teams when their teams decided to suck.
To me, that ruins LeBron's credibility because LeBron, yeah, he's got the one ring with Cleveland. That right there will be the one ring I think he's going to be well known for. And that's the saddest thing is, if you really truly think about it, the one ring that he won out of the 4 is the Cleveland one that is going to be the most, mean the most to him from in a lot of fans' eyes, because the 2 Miami titles, despite those were especially that 2013 Miami team, the one thing that people will talk about with LeBron, he was ring chasing with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh when he hooked up with that team 16 years ago, went to 4 straight finals, winning 2 out of the 4 finals appearances. Then he goes to Cleveland, wins that incredible championship with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love and the rest of that Cavaliers team against that 73-win Golden State Warriors team. But then he wins his 4th championship in LA during the pandemic, aka the Mickey Mouse ring. So if you really think about it, individually, his stats are really good. He's got the all-time scoring leader, all these scoring titles he's won, the points he scored in the playoffs, the numbers that he on assists, rebounds, you name it. That's great and all. But the one thing that he can never, ever touch is his peers. Kobe winning 5 championships with the Lakers. He can never touch Tim Duncan. 5 championships with the Spurs. Should have been 6, but I digress. He cannot touch any of his peers. Dirk winning the 1 title with Dallas in 2011. As I like LeBron for his talents, but I don't like LeBron for the constant ring chasing that he's doing, because clearly that's what he's doing. In his mind, he's making the right basketball move. In my opinion, he's making a move that, for one, and I know Kevin said this, you have said it yourself, basically, he's taking the easy way out. Because look at the conference as. That conference is weak as hell. The only credible team you got left in the Eastern Conference is the defending champs, the Knicks. The Celtics, we don't know what they're going to be this year, because God only knows that team could be not a great team this year, because it's going to be a lot of turnaround for them. Jason Tatum having to basically lead this team with a bunch of nobodies. You got a couple of young start teams like the Pistons. We'll see if they're not frauds this year. You got Miami with Giannis on that team, yada, yada, yada. But then you got a lot of teams, like you got a young Orlando team that made a lot of progress last year. You got a Charlotte team that's made some progress. But as far as true title contenders, the Knicks right now is the only credible team that is left in the Eastern Conference. LeBron took the easy way out.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it, it's going to be a matter of will they be able to even come close or pull it off. Because I think even if they come close, it's going to look good at LeBron's. It's going to look good for LeBron, but he has to, within these 2 years, get that ring, or otherwise, to me, it's a lost cause. But that's just me.
If he would have gone to Golden State, I would have been okay with that, because you're teaming up with Steph, and who knows what the hell what would have happened. And Jimmy gets buckets Butler down there when he's healthy. You got Draymond Green, still can play great defense. LeBron at this point doesn't even need the ring chase. His numbers don't lie. All-time scoring leader. All those assists, all those rebounds, all those critical blocks he's made in his career. His numbers don't lie. What more do you need to prove? Because even if you win another championship, you're still not going to be considered the greatest.
Yeah, you're right on that, Steve. He has to. This is either a put up or shut up for LeBron on this. But Steven, I do want to kind of move on here, because we mentioned the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
And they made an announcement today. And that is that one of their own is back again, and that is Draymond Green. He has re-signed on a 1-year, $27.7 million deal.
Interesting.
Well, because it's the same one that Green opted out of to give the Warriors flexibility to pursue LeBron. So it was it's the same contract that he had left. That was the money he was guaranteed. Or that was the money he was supposed to have on his current contract. But then he opted out to allow them to try and get LeBron. And when that backfired, they said, hey, we'll pay you the rest of your contract. He's like, okay. So he took it. So now to get their controversial, yet very flexible big man back.
And you know that Green would have been more than willing to take a big pay cut if LeBron would have signed with Golden State, because that's what they were intending to do. But the fact that LeBron didn't want to play ball and sign with that team, because now think about it. When you look at the rivals, that LeBron is going to have back in the East, Cleveland's going to be at him again. Obviously, New York, that's a huge rival for the New York Knicks.
Yep.
And if I'm the Knicks, I'm pissed at this, because that Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, Mike Brown, Mikal Bridges, and the rest of that Knicks organization is going to plant their flag and say, look, you think this is a fluke? This is not a fluke, because we are going to stand up against the best, and we're going to beat them again, because the Knicks were a team of destiny this past year. They were a great team that got hot at the right time, had a great regular season, turned around a great regular year into an even better playoff run. And that this is going to add a lot of confidence for the New York Knicks heading into the season this year.
Yeah, this was a team of destiny housing.
Yes. And if you don't believe that, you are cursed.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Continue.
But again, when you look at the deals that have been made the last couple of days, Green did not make any move until LeBron made his move. So Green took the deal that he had on the table and said, all right, you don't want to be with us? I'll take the deal that I had initially opted out for. So good for him.
Yep, he's making a good chunk of money and still gets played with his boy Steph Curry. So hopefully he can keep his legs straight and not put it out for low blows, but we'll see what happens. How about this, Steven? And this is let's talk about a little game that we all used to play, but kind of got burnt out because it's the same repetitive shit over and over again. And that is NBA 2K27.
Yep.
And they announced the cover athletes this past week on who's going to be where. They announced that that on the deluxe edition, it will be none other than Caitlin Clark, of course, of the WNBA. On the special Ultra edition, which will only be available for pre-order until September 6th, is the Bulls legend from Chicago himself, Derrick Rose. And then on the standard edition, no, it's not a New York Knick. It's an alien sighting. Victor Wembanyama.
I'm very surprised. And I know our very own Kevin talked about this. You talked about this. You know, we were very surprised about this announcement that there was not a single Nick on the cover. No Jalen Brunson. You know, none of these Knicks players made any of the covers. So yeah, it's very interesting, you know, to see that Wembanyama is gracing the cover. I think it's really cool that Derrick Rose is on the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a limited edition, only available, and each one's going to have their own story arc. Like Derrick Rose is going to have his story arc about his career in the game, which would be very, very cool. And he said that this is pretty much the last chapter of his basketball quote unquote career. He said after this, he's closing the book on it for good, and he's going to focus on just doing other things. You know, cooking, playing with his son, planting roses, doing his thing. You know.
Yep.
But and then Caitlin Clark on the deluxe edition is pretty cool to see. She's definitely been a force to be reckoned with this past year. As far as the Knicks go, yes, I was shocked, but I think that these decisions were made regardless of what was going to happen in the NBA finals. I think also too, I think they did these before the NBA finals, so everything was already
probably, yeah.
You know, they don't just make these covers literally in a couple of days. You know, they got to pick the right shot. They got to do all the different, you know, it's not as easy if you're, you know, graphic designers, some can do it quickly if they're masters at it, some take time.
Sure.
And those Madden covers, they do like to put a little stock into them. So, but for those NBA 2K games, they like to do that. So, it's a really, really good choice of covers. Obviously, it would be fun to see whether it would be Brunson or you know, like Cat on one of the covers would be cool. But I like the 3 that they chose. It was perfect for what it was for. So, also just to keep going down the line here of the news breaks of the week. The Denver Nuggets matched Oklahoma City's 2-year, $12 million offer sheet for Spencer Jones, retaining the key forward in restricted free agency.
Ooh, okay.
Yep, so the Denver Nuggets are keeping Jones there. They gave him the same offer that they were offering. By matching the sheet, though, the Nuggets face a $32 million increase in current luxury taxes, which was from $36 to $68 million, and enter the second apron. They are deep in tax bills, but could shed money via trades in the season. The Denver order of business now, their next order, retaining restricted free agent Peyton Watson while the Hawks, Bucks, and Clippers pursue him.
Yeah, I did read that about Denver's tax situation with the team. I mean, come on. I mean, that's a lot of money. And obviously, Jokic is eating up a lot of that salary cap, and so is Jamal Murray. And the thing about Denver, man, that's really interesting is that I know Jokic has talked about wanting to be a Nugget for his whole career, but as we all know, these sports teams can cut a deal and shock everybody. Shock everybody when it comes to dealing some of these players. We've seen it in every sport where you think that some of these players are untradeable, but they are. An owner will do whatever he has to do to get out of that money situation. And obviously, Denver has a lot of bills and stuff, they're tied up in with the tax, situation. But it is what it is. I mean, so long term, it's going to be very interesting to see how Denver goes from here. And if they can rebuild this team to get back to where they were. Yeah, they've been hovering around, fourth, fifth, best in the NBA. But they are long away from that championship team from 3 years ago.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They're gonna have to make some serious changes, figure out their financial situation. Because otherwise, signing players is going to be something that they're going to struggle with over the next few seasons if they don't get that salary, they don't get that luxury tax stuff under control. But getting back to our boy Shams Charania here, the only other news that really got dropped today was that the 76ers are trading center and forward Joni Broom in exchange for a second-round pick to the Los Angeles Clippers for cash considerations. Oh, wait. There is one more thing. I forgot about this. I read this earlier. And that is that Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has agreed to a buyout with the Memphis Grizzlies and he plans to sign a 1-year, $3.9 million deal to the Sixers.
Wow.
Yep.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, man, he is one of the best defenders in the NBA today.
Yep.
He was the X factor, ironically, to that Denver championship team and that Lakers team in the bubble.
Yeah.
He is going to be a huge integral part of this Philly team on offense and defense.
KCP is going to be absolutely off the hook. He's won a title with LeBron before.
Yep.
In that, as you aptly called it, the Mickey Mouse COVID season. And I don't expect anything. Those two are going to work well together. It's just a matter of can he gel with some of the other key components, especially who was it? Jaylen Brown. Definitely, I want to see what hopefully personalities don't clash, but we'll see what happens. Looking to get into some. Here we go. Trying to look at some MLB news here as we move forward into the show. Let's see here. Because when we do the NFL, I'm going to give my top 5 storylines of the NFL. Obviously. Okay. All right. Well, since we are in Major League Baseball territory, let's actually talk about the standings right now. We just got back from All-Star break about a week or so ago, so let's take a look and see where we're at now. And right now in the league, in the American League, the Tampa Bay Rays are still on top.
Yep.
They're 2.5 games ahead of the Knicks, not the Knicks, the fucking
Yankees.
Yankees. They suck too. Sorry, Neil. And then, believe it or not, 4.5 games back behind them. And you have a tiebreaker win on the White Sox is the Red Sox. And then the Angels still sit in the bottom at 21 games out of place and only a 39% winning percentage. Then the National League, the Dodgers right now currently lead the National League at this point with a record of 67-39.
Not surprised.
But on their heels, only a game back, is the Brewers. 4 games behind them is Atlanta, and 2 games behind Atlanta is Chicago. And dead last is the Rockies.
As always.
Same record as the Angels, 42-65. Yeah, not good.
No. To the people that go to these Rockies games, God bless you for being such a passionate fan.
Well, the good news is at least tickets are buy one get 6 free probably. So yeah, it's just like going to a Panthers game.
Hey, and they're in the Hall of Fame game next week, so there's that.
Hey, you know what I mean? After all, Steven, it is your favorite team. Hey, it's officially season time. It's time to start making that reference again.
Yep.
No mercy. Oh shit. Okay, now we are getting into some news. All right. Curtis Mead, who was making his Red Sox debut, unfortunately got injured. Well, it was announced today that his left wrist is broken.
Yep. That sucks.
Yep, he will now land on the IL for an indefinite amount of time. Let's see. Kyle Schwarber is going to be out of the starting lineup today, or tonight, shall we say, against the Marlins due to an illness. He's been dealing with the gastrointestinal issue. Hopefully, it ain't that lettuce explosive diarrhea bullshit. The Yankees have lost Cody Bellinger for 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring strain.
Damn.
Yep. The Cubs have designated veteran pitcher Jameson Tylon due to some struggles, including giving up 7 runs in 4 innings against the Pittsburgh Pirates earlier last week. So they designated him for assignment now. Because overall, he is 2 for 6 with a 5.92 ERA. Ugly.
Very.
It is uglier than Chad at a Boy George lookalike contest. Oh wait, did I say that?
Too late. You said it already.
I was waiting for that. Okay. All right. Since that's pretty much it for MLB, let's switch to NHL. And of course, let's talk about the massive news that came from my end. No, it didn't come out of my ass, but it came from my end. Well, no, the big news, of course, is that legendary forward for the Blackhawks, Patrick Kane, is back home. He has signed a brand new 2 years, $16 million contract with the Chicago Blackhawks and will make his season debut later on this year. The return of the former 3-time Stanley Cup champ, and
Very
also
cool.
a guy who could help guide and mold in these 2 years the great Connor Bedard as well once he returns from injury. I'm super excited about this.
As you should be.
To have Kane back home, to have him where he belongs in the United Center on that ice in a Blackhawks sweater, it means everything to us. And it means everything to the city to have him back. And now there's little rumors swirling that because a certain friend of his is jealous, he might come out of retirement. And that man's name is Jonathan Toews.
Oh.
But we'll see about that. But look, this is awesome. To have Kane, I know people said it doesn't make sense money-wise, possibly because of how high they're paying Kane per year, which his annual salary is $8 million, which is very high for a player. But I think that Kane is going to be there for a multitude of reasons to help bring that veteran presence, to help give them some goal scoring, and also to help mold players like Connor Bedard into future versions of him and Taves and many others who have played on that United Center ice. And dude, when it was announced, I was over the freaking moon, as every other Blackhawks fan, whether you're in Chicago or not. It was just incredible. And now that he's back, every team is put on notice. Showtime is back in Chicago. You all are screwed.
Very cool. Who knows? Maybe Chicago could go on another run this year.
I
You
hope.
just never know.
Yep, that's the wonderful world of the NHL. Anything is possible.
Oh yeah, especially come playoff time.
And we all love us some playoff hockey, especially after last season, which was incredible. Oh, here we go. The Columbus Blue Jackets have avoided arbitration by reaching an agreement to sign forward Cole Sillinger on a 3-year, $13.875 million deal. So they were supposed to be an arbitration hearing on Monday. However, now that they were able to reach a deal, they were able to avoid that issue. Let's see. The Blue Jackets have also signed goaltender Jack Greaves to a 3-year, $15 million contract through the 28-29 season. And let's see. Here we go. Jason Robertson, who is the, of course, the goalie, who is the winger for the Dallas Stars. They're looking to sign him to a major long-term deal, and they're working hard to get it done, possibly by the end of this week. So we'll see what happens there. They said they are signing winger. Hopefully they ain't signing Kip Winger. Otherwise, if they do, they're going to be headed for a heartbreak.
And we know he's not 17.
I wonder if his real name is actually Madeline, not Kip. But enough of our corny ass music jokes. Let's get into what we came here to do. That is talk the NFL. But first, we pause because of the top 5 list that you guys did last week that unfortunately I wasn't able to be a part of due to was at the time ongoing computer issues. And that is the top 5 storylines of the NFL. So I'm going to go ahead and give my list out, Steven. And just a forewarning, this is completely off the top of my head. Nothing planned, nothing done, anything. So get ready for this. This ought to be completely fucked up. Number 5, I'd have to say the biggest story will be, or number 5, I have to say, Fernando Mendoza. This is his first year. Obviously, he's going to be on the bench a lot, if not most of the season. Now, the biggest question for Fernando is not what he does this season in terms, but how does he look next season when he may take that starting job? What kind of learning experience will he get in Oakland while he's there? Will he be able to adapt? Will he be able to bring all that talent, all that poise, all that faith with him that he does have? Is it going to translate into wins? Is it going to translate into playoff victories? Obviously, this is only his first year and there's more to come, but I want to see what he learns this offseason, whether he's on the bench or whether he's out there getting some reps because of an injury, or they blow a game out and they're just, it's garbage time. I want to see what he does out there. And that's one of my biggest storylines. I want to see what happens with Fernando Mendoza.
And as we all know, Mendoza is a huge, huge fan of Tom Brady and looked up to him. And the fact that Brady is a part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, that right there could be a huge helping for Mendoza in the long run because he could teach Mendoza some things that he doesn't know, as far as techniques and look for this defensive scheme and that and the third. And so it'll be interesting to see how much playing time he gets, if any, because we know that Kirk Cousins is signed to that ridiculous deal that would not take effect unless he has a really good year this year with the Raiders. But Mendoza is going to apply a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins' shoulders to be good.
Yeah, I'm not excited about that whole situation for the Raiders fans. This sucks, but you know, it's gonna be. I find it very interesting, and we're gonna see how this went out. Number 4 for me is the New England Patriots.
Ooh.
The reason why I say that is because of them coming off that huge loss in the Super Bowl to Seattle. How will they respond? Will Drake May still be haunted by the ghosts of that event? Will and the question is, what has New England done to help bolster their defense? What have they done to help bring their offense back? I don't remember a lot of everything that who they signed, who they kept, who they didn't keep. It's been a long off season, so it's kind of been everything's a blur. But I want to see how they bounce back. I want to see how they play this season. Are they going to play with a bigger chip on their shoulder? Are they going to come in there and just absolutely try to wreck shop? Or are they going to be complacent and still be, wallowing in that loss? I want to see how young Drake May bounces back, and will the veteran leadership of Mike Vrabel help Drake going forward with this when you're in that type of situation?
Not only that, dude, but I'll add to this is the off-season shenanigans when Mike Vrabel going to be a huge distraction for the team this year.
Yeah, the stuff with Diana Rossini, yeah. Really good point. Number three, and I think this is going to be one that we're all going to be watching out for. And this is going to be Aaron Rodgers' final season. How is he going to look? What is this Pittsburgh Steelers team going to look like with this Aaron Rodgers who's ready to walk out the door? What is Aaron going to do? Are we going to see the old man that's barely getting by and just, getting through and throwing temper tantrums? Or are we going to see the former Super Bowl champion, the man that absolutely wrecked shop with the Green Bay Packers and won a Super Bowl championship with them? Are we going to see that form of Rodgers return? That's a really, really good question.
I honestly think that Rodgers is still chasing the ghost of maintaining his legacy. I think that he is still chasing that demon of wanting to be to win another championship, because there are several quarterbacks that only won one. Favre, Drew Brees,
Yep.
come to mind. Peyton Manning, fortunately, won a second Super Bowl with the Broncos in 2015, 2016 during that season. But Manning, for years, was chasing those demons and wanting to be considered among the greats. Well, think about this, as Drew Brees just went in the Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and he only went to one Super Bowl and won it. I think Rodgers' number speaks for itself, how great he is, but I truly believe that he is chasing these demons in his mind that that he's haunted by because he wants to be up there with Patrick Mahomes. He wants to be up there with Tom Brady and Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw, and Roger Staubach and all of these great players, Jerry Rice and Troy Aikman. I mean, just all of these great players, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, you name it, Marshall Faulk. Like, there's a lot of great players that have won multiple Super Bowls or have won a Super Bowl, but he at times last year looked like the old Aaron, but as we all know, he also looked like an old man out there at times because he didn't have the accuracy on those long throws that he normally would, and the O-line situation was a huge problem.
Yeah, and look, I think you do have a point. He is chasing those demons. He's chasing the demons of what he used to be. And I think that it's going to end up. I think Rodgers has a chance of getting to that next level and getting one more title. It's just going to depend. It's going to depend on how the rest of the team plays and how they're able to help Rodgers out, because Rodgers can't do everything on his own. He's in his 40s. He can't be going down there and trying to make all these plays by himself. The other teams other players have got to be on their P's and Q's, and that's just not on offense. I'm talking defense as well. Herbig, Watt, those guys have got to be on the ball, giving Aaron Rodgers time to rest. They got to give, they got to be able, all of his receivers have got to be out there and be able to catch. There was some drop passes and bad runs by Gainwell and all them last season. So,
and DK Metcalf's got to keep his head on straight because he got into a altercation last year that kept them out of the playoffs. Yep. And that critical game against Baltimore, which ultimately the Steelers did win that game and go to the playoffs. But he looked bad against the Texans in that game. They made him look human. And in the Baltimore game, the only reason why Rodgers looked remotely as good as he ever did is because Baltimore's defense was not good because that Kyle Hamilton went down with the injury that kept him out the rest of the game. And Rodgers had nobody blitzing him really because the Ravens could not get anybody in Rodgers' face. But that's the thing, is when you got the competition in the AFC, like the Chiefs, with the returning Mahomes, will know as the season, starts. Will Mahomes be suiting up in week 1? We don't know. Only time will tell. But you got Joe Burrow down there in Cincinnati. He's fully healthy. You have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry in Baltimore. How are they going to look with this new era with this team now that John Harbaugh is no longer with the team coaching? So yeah, you bring up a very valuable point. And that was one of my storylines last week. Was how is Rodgers going to be? Is he going to be good at times? I say yes, but I think a lot of times he's going to struggle. And I think the pressure of him chasing that demon, that dragon, one more time, of wanting to win a second Super Bowl in potentially his final full year as a professional quarterback in the NFL. That's going to haunt him and linger with him all year long.
Yeah, and if it gets to that point, he should just let it linger. Yes, they just pulled a Cranberries reference. Shut up. Number two is how many times is storyline of if the Bears can whoop Green Bay's ass 3 times out of 3 this year. No, I'm kidding. No, actually, the number 2 storyline for me is the Bears, and it is, as we know, this is Caleb Williams' season to really shine. We saw last year how good Caleb was. We've seen glimpses of it, but we got to see if the Bears are able to play without needing to make every game dramatic, without having to win at the last second, without having to go into overtime. They need to. The one thing I want the biggest storyline out of this is can the Bears play all four quarters? The Bears need to. They can't keep relying on Caleb Williams' heroics forever.
I
They
agree.
have to have a balanced team. They have to be able for the offense to click. They have to be able for the defense to hold off for the defense to hold off so Caleb Williams and company can get rest. That, especially the running backs in Montez Sweat and Kyle Monangai.
And Monangai coming into his second year in the NFL.
Yeah,
had a great rookie year last year.
Yep.
And, you know, as talking about convincing victories, really the only convincing victory that was unnoticeable was against Philadelphia at the Link. They ran Philly off the field in that game.
Every other game was pretty much, a barn burner. Every other game was pretty much just won at the last second. We can't keep doing that. And that's what the Bears need to realize. The Bears, especially that offense, they need to start going. Once they're on the field, they have to make the first couple of catches. They have to get yardage on the first couple of runs. They have to keep the defense confused. That's it.
And their defense has to set the tone, because there has been times when Caleb has gotten out of his way and has made just ridiculous throws, trying to make those miraculous throws that we know he can, but you can't rely on that arm strength all the times to bail you out. Because there was a couple of times, especially during that divisional game against the Rams in the snow in Chicago, where he threw some critical interceptions in that game. But yeah, you're right. He cannot rely on these late game heroics all the time, because that right there can plague you with fire.
And also Ben Johnson has got to make better decisions. He's got to make better decisions and make sure that those decisions are read properly by his team. That's one issue I had last season, and that was Ben Johnson did make some, as we hear of on Up, Up, Down, Down, bonehead plays. And they were not good. So that's my number 2. My number 1, that's a tough one, but I'm looking at all 32 teams and kind of what's left on the docket. I would have to say, actually, the Jets. After the abysmal season that the Jets have had last year, no interceptions, no anything from those guys. How do they respond? What is this year going to look like for New York? Obviously, they did make some good decisions. They did add some key weapons, but they still got Aaron Glenn as the head coach. They still are ran by the most clueless organization in the history of the planet, outside of the Dallas Cowboys, of course. But look, I'm gonna call a spade here, and I hope they get a better season. But in my opinion, I think it's gonna be the same old, same old. I think it's just gonna be. I think they're gonna get interceptions. I think they're gonna do better this year. But I still think they're going to be on the losing end of the spectrum again. It's going to be better, but it's not going to be to where I'm sure Sanders is going to be in. And I guarantee you, this offseason, heads will roll if they don't start halfway through.
You know, and another thing that's also crazy is the Jets last year, the one game arguably they should have won early on was against the Steelers. They were competitive in that game. They matched Aaron Rodgers. They made Aaron have to work for every throw of that game. Justin Fields had a really good game in that game. Their defense had a shot to make some plays, but they didn't. But that was foreshadowing the year to come, because it is statistically crazy to even fathom and think about that the New York Jets all year long did not have a single interception. None. None. I agree with you. Same old Jets.
It's insane, but I'm hoping for the best for the Jets, but I think that organization is going to be the same way as it was last year, but maybe just a tiny bit better if giving it that much credit is necessary. But let's go ahead and let's move on to what we came here to do, and that's talk about. Oh wait, that's my top 5 list. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. But let's go ahead and let's get on to what we came here to talk about, and that is, of course, the NFL. As many of you know, basically football is officially back now because training camp officially starts for some teams already, if not tomorrow. And the signings and trades and everything are continuing. And it starts with the Philadelphia Eagles with Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter has agreed to a 4-year, $152 million extension worth up to $160 million, including $106 million guaranteed.
Woo!
It makes him the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history.
Get that money, big man.
He will be now under contract with the Eagles through 2031.
When he's healthy, he's one of the best to do it. He can get after the quarterback, put a lot of pressure on him. He deserves his contract.
Absolutely. Somebody who came to training camp but not without a brand new deal is Baker Mayfield. Despite negotiations still going on between Baker and the Bucks, he has decided to go ahead and report to training camp and is now working out with the team and getting ready for the season. Let's see here. Also, Clint Kubiak, who's of course the head coach of the Raiders, announced that Kirk Cousins will be the starting quarterback in training camp over Fernando Mendoza. Not really surprising, but
no.
Here's another extension made, and that is to Vikings offensive tackle Brian O'Neill. 4-year, $96 million contract extension. So now he is under contract in Minnesota for the next 5 years. Well, so congratulations are in order to Justin Herbert, the quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. He is now engaged to actress and model and singer Madison Beer.
Hey, nice.
Congratulations to him. And let's get into this right here. That is probably one of the biggest stories of the week, and that is that Kyle Shanahan was apparently in a car accident recently that left him with several broken bones. And he apparently nearly lost his eye, according to his friend Chris Sims. So at the time being, they have one of the assistant head coaches currently helping out, and that is of course Chris Forrester. But the one thing your team, Steve, had better be concerned with is the influence of one Matt Eberflus.
Dear God in heaven, do not let this idiot take over this team. Because if there's one thing about Matt Eberflus, he is not good with clock management. He's not good with coming up with great schemes. He could be our downfall the entire year if he is running this team. If Shanahan's still in recovery. He's about as good as running a football team as Vince Russo is a book at a wrestling show. Oh dear God.
Give me a fucking break.
Terrible.
And I'm glad you guys got Chicago Bears trash.
Yep. We picked up, unfortunately, whoever made that decision. Oh, let's get Matt Eberflus. Like, come on.
It's just too funny. Um,
Go back to Dallas.
but yeah, we definitely wish Mr. Shanahan the best. We hope that he recovers quickly, gets back to the team, especially before the beginning of the season. He's dealing with a lot there with all the injuries he suffered. So we'll see what happens there. But moving on, let's talk about some news that came down it came down personally from the player, and that is Daniel Jones. He announced on the Pat McAfee show that he is 100% fully recovered from the torn Achilles that he suffered last season.
And hopefully for Daniel Jones, he has a way better year this year. Because early on last year, I thought Jones had a hell of a start to his run with the Colts. But the nagging injuries that he had throughout the year hampered his performances and his consistency. So hopefully for his sake and the Colts fan base, they have a way better year for their team this year.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope that he's able to stay healthy and bring the Colts good luck. And hopefully they can get back into the playoff picture. We'll see what happens from here on out.
Because it's crazy because they were 8-2 last year at one point.
The hell?
What's up?
I'm watching NXT. Grayson Waller's kicking off the show.
Oh, okay.
Been a minute since we seen him when the New Day got released. Real quick, also too, Jacoby Brissett signed a 1-year deal with Arizona where he will get a $15.5 million deal worth up to $21 million with incentives.
And last year for the Cardinals, he made some throws last year, but clearly now Arizona thinks he is the clear number one quarterback for the team now that Kyler Murray is no longer with the team. He's with the Vikings, and we'll see how he does.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Kyler Modern Warfare Murray is going to do.
Skull, Vikings, skull!
Skull headshot. But let's see here. Some other news. Detroit Lions players, 3 of them were placed on the physically unable to perform list. And that is Tyler Conklin, Kirby Joseph, and Brian Branch.
Man, and that's 2 of their best defenders right there. And obviously, Brian Branch is one of the best.
Yeah, Kirby Joseph was really doing good in Detroit last year.
Yeah.
So he got injured. And Tyler Conklin, he was pretty good, I believe.
Yeah, Kirby Joseph, he was a huge part of their defense, but again, nagging injuries. But that's not a good start for Detroit.
Yeah. Well, the Bears are having similar situations. TJ Edwards is currently on the non-football injury list, but luckily it's only a hamstring, or not hamstring, a calf strain that he suffered off of the football field. So he's only going to be out for a couple weeks. But the biggest story out of the Bears camp is Kyler Gordon is injured again. And he's on the physically unable to perform list. It's a very frustrating thing because this is past season and a half, 2 seasons. This has been the story.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon on the bench more than he's been on the field.
Yep.
At this point, I say just get rid of him. He's great, but he hasn't been healthy. And we need people that are healthy. We can't just keep put people on the bench as expecting. I mean, yes, it's next man up, but also too, it's just
it's very frustrating.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. And we want to send we also want to send our thoughts and prayers to Eric Bieniemy. His wife was shot the other night, Sunday
Yup.
in Virginia, by her own son, who is now facing several charges.
Yep, he's done.
Yeah, he's facing several charges. Let me give me a minute because my app backed out. I believe he is facing. Trying to pull it up here. He is Elijah Zion Bieniemy of 27 years of age. He's being charged with malicious wounding, use of a firearm in the commission of a felony, and discharge of a firearm inside of a dwelling. He is being held without bond at a detention center in Loudoun County.
Yeah, he could be in prison for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. More than likely will be.
Yep. And it sucks because again, this is a huge distraction for Eric Bieniemy, who is now back with Kansas City. And for him, not only is he having to deal with his managing the offense with the football team, and then now he's back with the team that he's had success with as their coordinator, but now he's dealing with this off the field nonsense with his wife's son, his son, their son, shooting his wife, and thank God, she didn't pass away, from the injuries that she sustained. She's very fortunate, that she did not get killed. So hopefully she has a speedy recovery. And man, that's just crazy. Like, people need to stop using guns in the wrong ways. Violence is not the answer. But unfortunately, today's society doesn't know that and doesn't care.
No, they don't. And like I said, it's a sad situation, and we hope that she's okay, and we hope that Eric Bieniemy can shake this off and focus on his coaching duties. We'll see what happens there. But Madden 27 announced their 99 club.
Oh.
So all their players that have a 99 rating. I believe that's what it is, correct?
Yep, that is correct.
Here are your players. Myles Garrett, Josh Allen, Trey McBride, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Matt Stafford, and Jamar Chase. What are your thoughts?
Not surprised with some of these names, like Jamar Chase should be on the list, and Josh Allen, obviously MVP last year. Garrett, not surprised.
Yeah, a lot of the names are pretty obvious, but
yeah.
What are your other thoughts? Do you have any other thoughts?
McBride was interesting to be on that list.
Yeah, I didn't expect that name to be on there. But I guess they're trying to give other players a chance besides the usual names on those lists.
Yeah.
Let's see. Patriots have announced they signed second-round pick Gabe Jacques. Let's see. As of Sunday, all NFL draft picks have officially been signed to their teams. Now, how long they last, the world may never know.
Yep.
Let's see what other news we can get into. Oh yeah, this one. The Commanders have fired tight end coach Ben Steele, who was hired just this offseason. Now, they said that they will not be commenting on this at this time. So a lot of people are correlating this to a story in, I believe it was the college world, where somebody got fired for some misconduct. So I'm very interested to see what comes out of that. If there was any sort of misconduct, if there was any sort of like, I don't know what was going on. So, let's see here. What else? Ravens have placed 6 players on their physically unable to perform list ahead of training camps opening, including Namdi Matabuke, Travis Jones, and John Jenkins. Those are 3 of the players out of the 6 that are on that.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets have placed Tim Patrick, and Edge Tyler Barron on the PUP list. Then also on the non-football injury list is T'Vondre Sweat.
Huh.
Let's see here. The Bengals placed BJ Hill on the PUP list. Let's see who else. I'm trying to see what other else we can get into. Patrick Mahomes has been fully cleared for training camp.
Nice.
And he said he feels amazing and can't wait to get back out there.
Well, there's the first step.
Yep. Now he just has to clear training camp and get himself ready, and then he'll start to warm up. We might see him first game of the regular season.
Which that would be amazing into itself, because sustaining the ACL injury in December.
Yep. Almost 8 months. Carolina placed linebacker Nick Scouton, who tore his ACL during the first training camp practice, on IR.
Holy shit. Wow.
Already running into injury issues. Seahawks signed tight end Nick Vannett, who started his NFL career in Seattle. Let's talk about this news, and that is Tony Romo was arrested on suspicion of operating a vehicle while under the influence.
You fucking idiot!
It makes sense. He's a former Cowboy, so.
You know what? I wish Kevin was here, because he could do his Romo impression. Like, hey Tony, what did you think of getting pulled over today? I don't know, Jim. Like, oh. Like, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? I mean, you know these things. You know these things, good sir. You know the difference between right and wrong. But it's up to you, pal. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Did they say real quick? Did they say where he was arrested at?
Milwaukee.
Go figure. What was he doing at Summerfest?
I have no idea. They was in Milwaukee County.
Huh.
Yep. They performed poorly on field sobriety tests after getting stopped while driving south on I-43 on Thursday. He was taken into custody, booked, and released. He has a court appearance set for the 21st of September. Well, Romo used to go to high school out there in Burlington, Wisconsin, about 35 miles outside of Milwaukee.
Maybe he was out visiting some family or some friends. I mean, but come on, man. You know better than this. Come on.
Look, when people get the sauce in their blood, they don't remember shit.
Nope.
I can tell you that right off the bat.
Yep.
Steelers signed third-round pick Drew Aller to a 4-year rookie contract. Oh, by the way, I know this didn't happen on. Oh no, this happened during the week, and this is the part that I love the most about our show. Is that we get to clown the idiots who make their own graves. Ravens waived the quarterback Diego Pavia.
Oh, you mean the idiot that they didn't
Try out.
try out? Yeah, good job, Baltimore. You did something very nice.
They signed him to a deal and then let him go. That's hilarious. And the motherfucker deserves it for all the bullshit he pulled, man. I have no sympathy for that little bastard. So guess what?
Wait. What did he do again?
Remember, he's an immature little punk. He fucking acts like he's bigger than what he is. Thinks he's all cool, hanging out with a bunch of hot women at a club. Also, too, when Mendoza was named Heisman, he
Yeah.
went to a club full of beautiful blonde women, and one of them was holding a light up sign that said "Fuck Indiana."
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. There was no way, and thank God that Baltimore came to their senses and they got rid of this clown because he would have brought a lot of drama and bad attention to the Ravens organization.
You think? I'm glad he's gone. What a fucking loser.
What an idiot.
Um,
He was
let's.
already a bust before he hit the field.
Instead of being the most celebrated man in the Ravens locker room, he's going to be the most celebrated man at the fucking Shoney's down the road. He's gonna be flipping burgers at fucking McDonald's.
Hey, what did you get today? I got my pink slip. I'm out of there. Good.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. By the way, I heard Crystal's hiring. Oh, what, the girl Crystal? I said no, the White Castle ripoff. Oh, by the way, there's a used car salesman on the corner. There's a used car lot on that corner of Donaldson and Emil that might need your expertise on how to lie and skim people.
What's next? That commercial where the guy goes, "Fuck you, Baltimore," and it's like it's a funny car commercial from back in the day. It was a nice parody. It was hilarious. What is it like? Bills something. It was like I can't remember. It was funny. Yeah, maybe he could go start being a car salesman and scamming people out of that.
Hey, sure as fuck scammed the Ravens.
Yup. Hey, I'm so good. You don't have to try me out.
Yeah, that's like a night worker you pick up on the corner and you realize 2 days later why you're itching down below.
Why didn't nothing get done? Oh, this idiot was lazy. Yeah, okay, cut him. Get rid of him.
Just remember, you can suppress it, but you can't stop it. Anyways, free agent wide receiver Tyreek Hill said that he still has no power in his left leg. He injured of last season.
And real quick, the commercial that I was referring to was Big Bill's Hell. That's the commercial that I was referring to.
Yeah.
Big Bill Hells.
Don't mean to go off track, Steven, but do you remember there was a DraftKings commercial involving Kevin Hart?
Yes.
Hart.
Yes.
Commercial where he was like talking about how DraftKings is giving out these deals, or whatever. He goes, and that's, he goes to say big, and it's somebody talking to David Ortiz, and he says Poppy, and he goes, so what do you think Kevin is taking? And David Ortiz goes, the short odds, and then Kevin slaps the plate out of his hand. He goes, man, nuts. And then somebody says ludicrous, and it's ludicrous. He goes, oh, I heard Kevin's taking the under. And he goes, look, guys, I ain't know. And he looks back and sees, he goes, Undertaker. And it's the actual Undertaker standing there with the coat and the hat on, looking like he's ready to just destroy Kevin Hart.
Nice.
And the funny thing is, Taker had his hair tied back like he usually does. He didn't have it going loose, which looked weird with the hat on. But the Cardinals officially signed quarterback Carson Beck to a 4-year, $7.4 million rookie contract. They've also signed defensive lineman, Caleb Proctor, on IR. They placed him on IR. That's what I mean, and signed another defensive lineman in Hosea Izzard. And Joey will be joining us in just a few minutes.
Nice.
So let's keep the ball rolling here. The roster moves. Panthers have placed Ikem Iquanu and Tershawn Wharton on the physically unable to perform list. Defensive tackle Bobby Brown III and J.C. Horn on the non-football injury list. And right tackle Taylor Moton on the non-football illness list.
Interesting.
And then, of course, as expected, Seahawks have put Zach Charbonnet on the PUP list due to him recovering from that off-season knee injury.
Wow.
Off-season knee surgery after he injured his knee in the playoffs. Hence the reason why Kenneth Walker got so many starts.
Yep. Well, that's one thing that can be playing Seattle for a long time this year is the running back department because Charbonnet is really the only credible back they got now. Now that obviously Kenneth Walker is no longer there and he's with the Chiefs. So we'll see what happens. We'll be paying attention to that.
Yep. Sam Laporta, who underwent a microdiscectomy last season to repair a herniated disc, was fully cleared to participate in training camp.
Again, Detroit having very bad luck with these injuries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, Mendoza's contract is a 4-year, $57.2 fully guaranteed $1 million contract.
Good Lord. Wow.
Yep. $57.2 million, every penny of it guaranteed money. 49ers are signing former Dolphins free agent linebacker Quentin Bell to a 1-year contract.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and Denzel Ward has signed a 2-year, $62 million extension, making him the highest paid cornerback in NFL history. Yep. $52.3 million of that money is guaranteed, and it makes him the highest paid defensive back in NFL history for the second time in his career. Micah Parsons is on the PUP list as well. He's expected to miss the start of the season, as we kind of figured.
That's going to be another thing we pay attention to as the year goes on. How long can Green Bay maintain their defense with their great defensive player out, still lingering from that ACL injury?
Yeah. Vikings defensive backs coach Gerald Alexander has been given a 3-week team suspension following his drunk driving arrest. Now let's just hope Joe Buck and Troy Aikman both get drunk together so that they can both be sidelined for 17 weeks. To be honest, I'd rather hear Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady.
Oh, they're great.
They're phenomenal. I like them, and I like Adam Amin. Anytime he's with anybody, I don't care who it is. I like him with Greg Olsen, though. Anybody with Greg Olsen, man. Greg Olsen's the king. Doesn't Greg Olsen work a lot with damn it, what's his name? I can't remember. Was it Amin or was it somebody else?
Who was it? Was it the guy that he called the Super Bowl with, right?
I think so.
I think it was Kevin.
I'm trying to think. There's another guy there. I always forget. I'll have to look it up later. But yeah, Bears also announced that Montez Sweat is on the illness list, and Elijah Hicks is on the PUP list. So there's that. Here we go. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out who's the other guy. Not Kevin. It was Kevin Burkhardt and it was somebody else. Damn it, I can't remember now. It wasn't Schlereth. I know it wasn't him. Let's see. Let me look it up here while we wait. There it is, Daryl Johnston. No, not Daryl Johnston. Was it? No. Yeah. Daryl Johnston. That's who I was thinking of. Okay, Daryl Johnston, and then the other one I was thinking of was who always does it with Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah, Johnson, I think, was he a color analyst?
I don't know what his role is. I know he's listed. Let me see. He's with Kevin Kugler.
Kevin does a great job too.
Yeah. So Steven, while we wait, I guess, do you want to do the top 5? What was your top 5 list again? My brain's not working.
Let me.
Wasn't it the top 5? Oh, top 5 Hall of Fame snubs.
Yeah, top 5 Hall of Fame snubs. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Get your list up if you want. We can go ahead and
Okay. Yeah. So this is in no particular order for me.
Yes.
I'm gonna go on my list. I got Pete Rose because he deserves it. I got Ken Anderson from the Cincinnati Bengals. How is he still not in is beyond me. I have Barry Bonds. I have Mark McGuire and Bill Belichick.
Nice. Okay, so on my list, I have Judas Priest. I have Megadeth. Oh wait, wrong list.
Real quick, just it was Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson that called the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Okay. Yeah, I gave the wrong list. My bad. I thought we were going Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Dio.
Where's the knob? Yeah, why isn't the Slays Bees in the Hall of Fame? Why isn't the Bullet Boys in there? Show some respect to Danger.
Why isn't Slade in the Hall of Fame?
Because when they do, they're just gonna run away. Yes, I did just go there. No, I have on my list I have Bill Belichick. I have Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa.
Good one.
I have damn it. Give me a second here. I have let's see. I have on my next part I have I'm going to go with actually I'm going to go since he just retired recently. I'm going to go with Brady. He should have been in probably like a year after he retired.
Yeah, I know they don't do that, but he needs to be in.
And number 1, Charles Peanut Tillman.
You know, it just hit me. I think he's not in the Hall of Fame either. Larry Fitzgerald.
No, he just got in this year.
Oh, he just got in. He just got in. Okay.
Yeah, remember he got in the same class as Drew Brees.
That's right. That's right. Yep, he just got in. If he was not in, that would have been on my list definitely.
Yeah,
because
the Hall of Fame's this month with the Hall of Fame game and all.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Breeze is in, Fitzgerald's in, Roger Craig, I believe, got in. Finally.
I'll give my quick opinion on why Peanut is in my top. Right there. How many freaking defensive players do the Peanut punch? How many people punch that ball out? Who was the man who popularized it? Who was the man who gave it its name? Charles Tillman.
Yep.
The man does not get the credit he deserves, in my opinion, for being one of the best defensive players in the game today. Absolutely.
And the reason why I didn't go with any NBA is because a lot of these guys are already in.
Yeah.
Like Kobe's in, Duncan's in, Shaq's in, Hakeem's in, Jordan's in, Magic's in, Larry Bird's in, David Robinson's in. Probably Oscar Robinson's in. Patrick Ewing. You know, all these big players in the NBA, a lot of these guys are already in.
Yeah.
Football and baseball is very noticeable.
Yeah. Sorry, you drink of that awesome drink that keeps me awake. My liquid crack known as Code Red. So Steven, while we wait on Mr. Thornton to get here, what are your thoughts on the new name for one Mike Santana, Cruz Montana?
I have no problem with it. Why? Because that's a tribute to his dad.
Bingo. As a matter of fact, he's been on screen already for the first or second time tonight.
Nice. And while we're at it, I do want to bring this up. Congrats to Dave LaGreca, to everybody at Busted Open, Sam Roberts, and everybody. WWE Radio launched yesterday on SiriusXM channel 156. And listen, we're not going to talk about this for 15, 20 minutes, but let's just call it like it is. The reason why SiriusXM is doing this is because they love branding. With the like they did with the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, MLB, PGA, with golf, NASCAR. It makes sense from a business standpoint, and the numbers don't lie. Because when Dave and them would talk WWE content, everybody was wanting to talk about it.
Well, Steven, let's not get into too far into the weeds on this as far as what they don't talk about, what they did. Look, all about one thing. It's all about two things. It's all about branding, but it's also about Sirius getting onto the biggest platform imaginable. And what can you do better than World Wrestling Entertainment?
That's right.
And I want to say this. Look, it does suck that other companies outside of WWE TNA are not going to get talked about. But that's where you find alternatives. That's where you find podcasts. That's where you find other shows that do talk about it.
Yep.
Actually, and we'll give you the best show that talks about everything. The Nation's Corner, our show. The show that we help out with. The show that does talk about everything. GCW, TNA, AEW, WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Indies, Wrestling Revolver, Warrior Wrestling. Whatever you're into, you can join us on Saturdays. Me in the chat. Hang out with us. We have a great time. Our hosts are great. We got our loyal fans. We got Deb, who's absolutely an AEW diehard and absolutely one who will stand for that company, and that's great. That's awesome, and we love that. We have
Tony. John. John supports the independent stuff, and he's a huge GCW fan, and obviously a fan of WWE, AEW, and TNA. You got Neil and yourself. you guys are the Japanese wrestling experts, and the interviews that you guys did with Karen Peterson were phenomenal.
Absolutely. And look, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We're going to have our opinions. We're going to have our thoughts. But that's the whole point of a show like that. So if you guys are disappointed at the fact that WWE doesn't have it, or that WWE Radio doesn't talk about AEW, go search out alternatives. That's what you got to do. I don't want to get into the whole, AEW wasn't talked about enough and all this, because that just leads into bringing up more of the negative side of things. I want to keep it as lighthearted as humanly possible, and just say, look, there are different avenues you can go to. Please seek them out. Please help them out. Support AEW. Support New Japan. Support the indies, especially. They need the help more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Major companies, yes, they need your support too, but they can thrive on their own. They have the funds to do so. They're able to do it, but these indie companies need it more than you ever will know. So support them as well.
Agreed.
And that's what we got to say. We talk about all wrestling on our show, and we love Dave to death. Absolutely. Congratulations to LaGreca. Congratulations to the whole team. This is a big opportunity for them. We couldn't be more than happy for them. And don't let anybody tell you any different. You're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Stir the ship. We got a taste of what to expect. And that it will be unfiltered. It will be uncensored. And it will be their own thoughts. Nobody else's.
Yep. And that rant today that Dave did was spot on. And it was needed.
Absolutely, my brother. It was a great day for us. But ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the chat right now is our brother from another mother, the man, the king this year, anyways, of the fantasy championship. That is Joey JT Thornton. What's going on, my man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Glad I was able to hop on here for the last little bit.
Yes, sir. You arrived on time, I guess.
He arrived more on time than LeBron ever did. Oops.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
So Joey, I know we've talked about it. I know our very own Kevin had some very interesting thoughts about LeBron taking the easy way out. What are your thoughts on LeBron going to Philadelphia? Because we thought he took the easy way out.
He most definitely took the easy way out. I mean, he was looking at the competition that's in the West now with the Spurs, the Thunder, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves. He was looking at that competition. He was like, oh shit, there's no way I'm going to win another NBA championship now. So I'm taking the easy way out, and I'm going to go to the fucking East where there's nobody and there's no competition.
Yep.
So he most definitely took the easy way out. I don't give a damn if Giannis is in Miami anymore. I don't give a damn if Jason Tatum is now the star of Boston. I mean, who the fuck does the East have that stays competitive year after year after year without relying on the same 1 to 2 players? I'll tell you who. Nobody. That's who.
Joey, I said this on the show before you came on. If I'm the New York Knicks, I'm pissed off because
hell yeah. I mean, the Knicks. I mean, they're one of the few teams that has won an NBA championship over the years where they don't rely on 1 to 2 players. They rely on the whole damn team. And that's what guided them to this NBA championship this year. I mean, they made the Spurs look like lost bats or like blind bats in a barnyard. That's how bad they made these Spurs look in the NBA Finals. And now seeing that Jaylen Brown has been traded to not just another team, but a team in the same fucking division. And now hearing the news that LeBron is coming over from the West into the non-competitive East. Hell yeah. If I'm the Knicks, I have every right to be pissed off. Every right. Because I'm telling you one thing. If push comes to shove, I can guarantee you that not only will it come down to the Knicks or the Sixers in the East, but, and I know Steven probably said this during the show before I got on, but I'm going to steal a line from him from our phone conversation the other day. It will not surprise me one bit that on opening night in the NBA, we see the Sixers and the Knicks in MSG. It
That's
will
what I
not
said.
surprise me one bit.
And
It will not surprise me.
If I'm the Knicks, you know, they are going to have no pressure on them this year because they won it last year. LeBron's going to have all the pressure on him.
If anything, the fact that the Sixers are building up this so-called super team now with Brown, James, Embiid, and Maxey, I'm telling you, all the pressure is going to be on them. They may have the superstar tier players, but I'm telling you, the pressure is going to be all on them, not just for a day, not for a week, not for a month, but for the whole damn season. The pressure is going to be on them all season long. And I guarantee you that if they're not ready for that pressure, their season is going to crumble beneath their feet.
I mean, the fact that you have Jaylen Brown, who won the MVP for the Celtics a couple years ago, is now in enemy territory. He's going to have all of this pressure on him too because he put the pressure on himself because he said, "Oh, I led this team when Tatum was out with the Achilles injury, and now that LeBron is coming over to Philly, and LeBron said in the offseason, I'm not ring chasing. Bullshit! You are ring chasing.
Bullshit. You are ring chasing. Don't give us that shit. I mean, this ain't the Mickey Mouse bubble from 2020, LeBron. The West has gotten tougher. You got fucking scared, so you're taking the easy way out.
Yep.
End of discussion.
Yep. No questions, Your Honor. Case closed.
Unbelievable.
In other news, Joey, did you hear about the news that Tony Romo got arrested?
Well,
driving under the influence, doing something illegal.
Well, technically, it wasn't even a DWI. It was a OWI. He was operating while under the influence. It didn't necessarily say driving. He said he was operating under the influence or while intoxicated or whatever it was. So, I mean, if anything, that's even worse than driving.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for playing for the Dallas Cowboys.
If only Kevin was here to do his Tony Romo impression with Jim Nantz. Hey Tony, what was your thoughts about getting arrested today? I don't know, Jim.
Hey. I will say, I'd rather be Tony Romo than Ryan Clark right about now.
Oh, dear God.
We didn't even touch on it.
Oh, did I just say that name out loud?
We didn't even touch on that.
You're in the middle of the damn show last week and your ass got fired.
And then he has the audacity. No. He has the fucking balls to pull out the fucking racist card. Oh, hell no.
Come on, man.
Hell no.
This stuff like this happens constantly.
Yeah.
It's a business.
I can't believe it took ESPN 11 years to figure out how badly he fucking sucked.
He gave shitty take after shitty take.
What would you expect? They're looking for anybody to fill their dialogue. I mean, after all, they also probably fired his ass to make more money for Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee.
Hey, you know who needs to be on the chopping
Hey.
block is Kendrick Perkins because he gives shitty takes like that too.
That motherfucker.
I will say that when it comes to shitty commentating, did he take notes from Booker T?
Oh dear God.
Good God, man.
Oh my God. Oh my God, man.
Dude.
Dude, not to go on a tangent, but I will never forget the couple of times I had my earpiece in and I had the commentary on, and I'm trying to make my point, and I hear Booker T just blabbing away nonsensical crap, and I yelled out loud, "Shut the fuck up, Booker," and you just started dying heads. Like uncontrollably, could not stop laughing.
Overhead, my head was hurting. I think I ran out of tears at that point.
I thought you had a real blackout. Just saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I had a blackout. But no, dude, Ryan Clark gets canned. Andreas Hale gets canned. You had that. Dude, I swear. You think you have the stuff that goes on with Kyle Shanahan with the car crash and all that. What are your thoughts on that, Joey? What are your thoughts on the? I know they got the one coach Forrester there, but they also got everybody's beloved favorite coach, and that is Matt Eberflus there as well.
Oh dear God. Every time I hear the name Matt Eberflus, I'm gonna be like, he should have used that timeout. He probably still has that one timeout still laying in his pocket somewhere.
Unused, unopened timeout. Detroit versus Chicago. Thanksgiving. Hey, here's something to be thankful for.
The fact that it freaking happened on Thanksgiving, this makes it even worse.
Here's something to be thankful for, ladies and gentlemen. An unused, unopened timeout. If you want to claim it, come to Matt Eberflus's table and pick it up.
I was gonna say it probably fetch a good penny on Fanatics auctions.
Oh Jesus.
But yeah, is that whole situation
going on? You pick that up, you'll be serving hard times.
Yeah, for real.
Serving hard times, yeah. Serving hard times is being a New York Jets fan. What are you talking about?
This is true.
Oof.
Serving hard times is having to work for Jerry Jones.
That's also true.
That's definitely fucking true, because one thing about Jerry Jones, if you work for him, is that you won't get paid because he's too scared to pull out that fucking checkbook of his.
Yep.
Dude, pull it hard times is like being an edge rusher for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, especially these days now that Myles Garrett's no longer with the team.
Oof.
So
I swear Cleveland's defense is gonna suck next season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kevin, some more thoughts. There was a couple of extensions signed over the past couple of days, and even today. Brian O'Neill for the Vikings got a 4-year, $96 million extension.
Oh, we missed that. Yep.
So, did y'all get to the new contract that Jamal Adams signed with Minnesota?
No, we missed that too.
Nope.
I think it was like 3 years, $30 million for Jamal Adams.
Oh, nice.
We talked about Jalen Carter too, getting that massive payday.
Oh, yeah,
nice deal for Philadelphia.
Massive contract by Jalen Carter. Yeah.
Nice deal by Philly. Good job on that.
Well, I will say their defense looks to be set, but what about their offense?
Yeah. Let's see. Also, too, there was I think another deal, another good size deal. I think that was Denzel Ward. I think it was, or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, Denzel Ward. He got a 2-year, $62.2 million deal from Cleveland.
Oh wow!
Includes $52.3 million of a guaranteed. He's the highest paid defensive back in the NFL history for a second time.
Oh yeah. Did y'all see that Draymond has returned to the Warriors on a 1-year deal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same amount of money that he was guaranteed in the final year of his original contract. $27.7 million. That's the deal. That's the deal that he had the player option on. He took that in order to try to get LeBron, and when that didn't work out, he decided to re-sign to that exact same number.
Oh boy, I don't know if y'all saw about this. I'm reading about this right now. There's a quarterback in the AFC West that got a ring, just not the one that everybody thinks.
Yep, and that's Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, engaged to his girlfriend, well now fiance, Madison Beer.
Yep, actress, singer, and model.
Hmm.
Oh, and I
Way to
did,
go, dude.
dude, and I forgot to talk about this. On November 9th, when Minnesota hosts Buffalo on Monday Night Football, Adrian Peterson will be inducted into the Ring of Honor at the Viking Stadium.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. Adrian Peterson will be inducted, which would be cool. Let's see. Also too.
Real quick, I don't know if you saw anything about this, but actually, you said that retirement was going to take place November 9th.
Yes.
Okay, well, November 8th, during halftime, whenever Washington plays the LA Rams, Washington is going to retire the jersey number of one Mr. Number 44, the Diesel, John Riggins.
Nice.
Yeah. Um. Also as well, man. Speaking of retiring numbers and doing cool things like that, I do want to bring this up. I noticed this wrestling talk, and we're talking sports, but and I believe it is April 8th or April 9th in Athens, Georgia. AEW is going to present a special episode of Dynamite.
Nice.
AEW Rebel Heart.
Oh wow.
Where it'll be a special episode where they'll be not only talking, but they'll be raising money for Rebel, for the ALS research, and for all ALS Research Foundation. They're going to be raising money for that. And Rebel herself will be in attendance.
That's really cool.
Nice.
So a lot of people have been participating in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge for her, including Adam Cole, Sting, the Young Bucks, many others. Renee with John Moxley. So been a lot of things, but it's going to be a really cool episode spotlighting Rebel and spotlighting ALS and how devastating disease is being. What can we do to help raise awareness for it and hopefully one day find a cure? So please, if you guys are in the area in Athens, Georgia, get tickets, awtix.com, and support a great cause. What about this? Panthers got back JC Horn, apparently. I missed that as well.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that.
He was cleared back to practice and activated from the NFI list.
Speaking of the Panthers, did y'all talk about Nick Scouridon?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
That is freaking harsh, man.
Already,
literally the first day of training camp, tears his ACL. Oof.
yeah.
He was one of the defensive stars for the Panthers last year.
And I found something else. I found a couple things I missed. Colts placed Alec Pierce on the active, physically unable to perform.
Oh wow.
And also Zay Jones visited today with the Jacksonville Jags.
Interesting.
And of course there was the big news that dropped that Pro Bowl defensive tackle Vita Vea has requested a trade from the Tampa Bay Bucks.
That's going to be a huge loss for Tampa if he winds up getting traded.
Yeah. And speaking of Tampa too, Joey, Baker Mayfield showed up at training camp despite not having a new deal yet. I guess that shows his professionalism.
Yeah, that don't surprise me none. I mean, Matt Stafford had the same thing happen to him last year, but he still showed up for training camp.
Yep.
Before he finally got his contract.
What are your thoughts on the 99 Club? Have you seen that for Madden?
To be honest, I have not. I mean, I know JSN is in there.
Yes.
I know Myles Garrett's in there.
Yes.
Trying to think of who else might be. Is Josh Allen in there?
Yes.
He is.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, Josh Allen, Myles Garrett, JSN.
There's another quarterback.
Is it Lamar?
No.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. AFC. Oh wait. Stafford.
Yes.
Stafford.
Um,
Oh,
there's another wide receiver. There's actually a wide receiver and a tight end who are on this list.
oh yeah. The tight end is Trey McBride.
Yes.
Yep.
Wide receiver.
Let's
Said
see.
JSN. You said
Oh,
JS.
oh, is it Puka?
Nope.
No.
I'm stumped. Tell me who it is.
Jamar Chase.
Oh, of course, Jamar Chase. How could I forget about him?
Yep, Jamar Chase. All of them are under the 99 club. They all have a 99 rating in Madden.
Nice.
What about the sad state of affairs involving the Bieniemy family? You know, hearing about that situation.
Oh yeah. I mean, only thing I can really say is prayers going up to Eric Bieniemy's wife. I mean, I'm, I've heard that she's doing okay. She's in stable condition, but yeah, still, prayers going up for them. I mean, I don't know what was going on with their son at the time. I mean, but still, just prayers going up for him.
I know one thing. His son, their son's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
Yep. And then let's see what else. Oh yeah, Jacoby Brissett signing a new deal.
Yeah, even though he's still going to be a free agent as of this upcoming season, but at least
Yep.
he's guaranteed for this year.
Yep. And let's see what else real quick we can get into. I know there was some other big stories. Oh yeah, in the NBA, Kentavious Caldwell Pope getting a buyout, and now he's joining LeBron over at Philly.
Figures.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I mean, this is obviously a rumor. This is a rumor. I don't know if it's actually going to take place or not. Probably not. But still, the fact that I happen to see it today makes me think that something might be in the works. But they're apparently saying that Drew Holiday is trying to buy out his contract from Portland, and he's now trying to go over to Philly.
Damn.
Okay.
But yeah, and again, that's just a rumor that I happened to see earlier today. But I was like, huh, that'll be something to watch if it actually does happen.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I will say that much. But then also too in the world of NHL too, we saw the biggest news of the week, and that's the return of Patrick Kane to Chicago.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, did you also see that they signed what's his name, Connor Bedard to that multi-year extension?
Yes, they did. They got him. Yep, brand new big multi-year extension. And there's a possible rumor going around that Jonathan Taves may come back for one season
Oh, nice,
to play with Patrick Kane one more time.
nice.
So there's a big
That
rumor.
might yeah,
Big
that might
rumor.
actually make y'all a threat next season.
Dude, already with Kane, we're a threat because you got to think. Imagine Bedard under Kane's tutorship.
Oh, that's true. And then y'all signed Kane to a what was it, a 2-year deal?
Yeah, 2-year deal.
2-year deal, $16 million, 8 years on an annual salary.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. We got Kane back. Now we got somebody veteran leadership who's going to be able to mold Connor Bedard and make him a better player overall.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With 3 Stanley Cup titles behind him, there's no better person to teach Connor than Kaner. I'll tell you that much now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did you see the fully guaranteed deal that fucking Fernando Mendoza got?
No, I did not.
He got a 4-year, $57.2 million deal, fully guaranteed.
But yet he's still going to be playing second fiddle to Captain Kirk Cousins as whenever training camp starts.
Yep, I know they said that already. Well,
Wow.
let's talk about the best news of the week, and that is the Ravens release Thiago Pavia.
They literally signed that punk ass midget to a 3-year deal, and now all of a sudden they cut him to make room for another quarterback on the roster. That was great.
And the fact they didn't even try his dumbass out and didn't even look at the fact of, oh, this guy, he's a little punk ass bitch. Like you say, he's a little.
Yeah, and now rumors are floating around that Diego may go back to college and play for a D2 school.
Hell,
You get what you deserve, punk.
hey, maybe he should play another. He should play another. Not play another team or another school. He should learn to play another position. It's called the back line. The back line of the McDonald's food ordering system. Make the burgers, bitch.
Hey, if anything, if they put him at the drive-through, at least he won't have to duck his head because he'll be at the right size for the window. If anything, he may have to look up.
If anything, you have to give him a step stool. The man falls out the window. It's like falling out of a 10-story building for him. I feel bad. Not really, but
Damn.
I have no feelings at all except go fuck yourself. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, for real.
By the way, I owe John South Jersey and I owe you for using that phrase the other day on Twitter, Steven. So I wrote him an IOU, or no, I wrote him a check. I put the payee to WYAND.
By the way, Joey, do you have your list for the top 5 Hall of Fame stuff?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Oh yeah. So I had to scramble to put this list together, but I think I might have my list down pat.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Joey. I did mine completely on the fly. I had no list to start with.
All right. Well, let's see. My number 5. I'm actually gonna say this pretty quick. But my number 5 from the NHL, I have the guy that actually has won a Stanley Cup as a player and most recently as a coach, Rod Brindamore.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, surprising. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been inducted to the Hall of Fame yet with all the great things he's done. But yeah, number 5, I have Rod Brindamore. Number 4 from the NBA, I have Amari Stoudemire.
There you go.
Yep.
Let's see. Number 3, I believe this one was from the NFL. Give me just a second here. Okay, well, I'll let my top 2 be the NFL, but number 3, also from the NBA. I mean, technically he hasn't gotten it yet, but I've heard rumors that it is coming soon, like really, really soon. But still, I put him on my list. Number 3, Carmelo Anthony.
I thought he's in.
Yeah, he's in already.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, I believe he's in. I believe he's either in this class or last year's class.
Oh wait. I think he got announced for next year's class.
Yeah, I think he. Yeah,
Right. That's right. But yeah, the number 3. Let's go, Dwight Howard. Then.
There you go.
Let's see. Freaking lost my NFL list. Oh yeah. Number 2. This is probably a name that really nobody would even expect, but this guy won the NFL MVP in 1981, was a 4-time Pro Bowler, and he held the single season completion percentage record for decades. From the Cincinnati Bengals, quarterback Kenny Anderson.
That's who I had on my list as well.
And number 1, I put one of the guys that was one of the driving forces behind the dominant San Francisco 49er teams from the early 80s, Roger Craig.
He actually got in.
Oh, he did?
He did get in.
Yeah, this year he gets in with Drew Brees
And Larry Fitzgerald.
Okay, good. Let's see. I did have some other options just in case, but is Hines Ward in yet?
No, he's not.
Okay, Hines Ward's my number one then.
Yeah, Joey, my number one on my list was Charles Peanut Tillman.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I also picked for MLB Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa.
I picked McGwire. I picked McGwire.
I could have chosen those players, but I wanted to go based off statistics and not because.
Oh, did we lose him?
I think we might have. He went silent.
Yep, I think we lost him.
Well,
Wait, can y'all hear me now?
Now we got you. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I wanted to go based off stats, not because of scandals or steroids or anything like that.
Right.
yeah, like I picked Peanut. I picked I could have picked Amari. I could have picked Mello. I could have picked a lot, or not Mello, but I could have picked a lot of other names. I just chose some quick ones I had. But Peanut's always been a part of my list because so many NFL players have used the Peanut punch over the years, and to me, he deserves a lot more credit than what's been given to him. Hello, testing.
Yep. Well, we got you.
All right, I'm just making sure everybody got me. Okay. Yeah, that's why I picked Peanut, because I think he deserves a lot more credit. But that's all I have.
Yep, I think I'm good.
What about you, Joey? Okay, he had to mute, so give him a second. As we take a moment here, we will be starting next week. I believe it is our divisional picks.
Our conference previews.
Conference previews, okay. Which I'm very much excited for. It's gonna be a great show. Obviously, we're back into football season next week. So definitely our time's gonna be spent talking about these games. But we're only a couple weeks away from preseason. So I'm pretty much ready to go. Let's get back into some football, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm off every Sunday now. I can watch every game without worrying about going to bed, without worrying about and all this shit. So let's bring on some good games, some overtime games. Hell, even some super ties.
Yep.
Super tie. Here's a super tie. Dallas and Green Bay will do it. I wonder really why.
Oh, that was so
All
funny
right, guys.
last year.
I just got to my castle real fast, so I'm gonna go in and hop off here so I can head on the bed here in just a few minutes.
Okay.
All right, dude. Thanks for coming on, man.
All right, but yeah, in case you guys have in case you guys forgot, this coming up Thursday is gonna be my birthday.
Yep. Also want to send a shout out to our very own Randy Gyron. Happy birthday, good sir.
Happy birthday.
Oh yes,
Happy early
for
birthday.
sure.
Boy.
But yes, I'm gonna be 34 years old on Thursday.
Happy early birthday to you, my brother.
All right, thanks, guys.
No problem, man.
But all right, I'm off here.
Okay,
All
brother.
righty, dude. Be good.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
And on that note, I think we're good for the rest of the night.
All right, Steven, final thoughts. Oh, wait,
great.
let me get mine first because
Yep.
you have to do the intro. I keep forgetting that sometimes.
Yep.
Okay, so great show. You know the whole spiel. Thank you guys so much. It's been a great show. Thank you guys. Appreciate the love and support. Don't forget, you could always find us on our social media at Owen_Sports Show on X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all at Our Nation Sports Show.
Yep.
Don't forget to also find me at Too Sweet Cosplay for all your cosplay needs. Check out some of our recent displays and all that stuff. We're also getting ready for Fan Expo here soon. We're not doing a booth or anything, but we are going to be doing an unofficial photo shoot, so stay tuned. All right, Steven, go ahead and close it out.
Great show tonight. Very fun discussion today, and glad Joey could hop on here tonight for a few minutes. For those that joined live and those that watch on demand, thank you very much as well. Fun show here tonight, and yes, we will be beginning our conference previews next week, as we always start out with the AFC North and the AFC South, and we move our way on down forward. East, West, North, and South, East, West, you get it for every single conference and every single division. And looking forward to that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Football is officially back. Again, congratulations to Dave LaGreca and everybody at WWE Radio with Busted Open and Not Sim Wrestling Live and Off the Ropes and Cheap Heat. Good stuff. Congrats to everybody out there. All the hard work definitely paying off. And to all the haters, go fuck yourselves. How about that? And with that being said, for everybody out here on the sports show, K-Rod, Kevin, Rory, JT, Joey Thornton, Randy Garren, the birthday boy, Ezra Vickery. I've been your host for this season, Stephen Wyand, and obviously our boy Hijacker Mike. We will be waiting still for that outro to come here hopefully soon, and when it does, you'll know. Great show here tonight, and we're going to head out for the rest of the night. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week and upcoming weekend. Enjoy the sports. Enjoy SummerSlam this weekend. Should be a hell of a weekend this weekend. And yeah, with that being said, we're out of here. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Same time, same YouTube channel. Take